Son making it 7 for the season. Bassi gave away possession. Richarlison threaded it through to Son, who turned green, beautifully bent it right-footed beyond Leno, and he's now scored 50 goals at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, along with 7 goals in 9 Premier League games this season. He also looks like a man, absolutely, reborn under Ange Ball. What has happened to Son under Ange from what you can see there, Dal?
You know what? It's confidence. Son didn't have his best season last season, and he was very open and honest with us as fans. He weren't 100% fit. He wasn't. I don't think many of them enjoyed their football last year either. And I think what we're seeing now is a player who's been given confidence and freedom. And I've always said it about Son. He's so Mr. Tottenham, and he's such a nice guy, and he loves everyone, and he brings everyone together, the handshakes, the camaraderie. He's just that guy. He's like a glue to it all. So when he's on form and when he's happy, it's a beautiful place to be. And just watching him play right now, he's playing with confidence, he's playing with freedom, and he's enjoying his game. And it's been really interesting listening to this pod today. And there's been so many individuals that have been highlighted by us as they're the difference. And that's the beauty of where Spurs is right now. Man for man, everybody is doing their job. We could honestly sit here and highlight every individual in that starting 11 and go, he's been amazing, and find justification for that. And I think that's a beautiful thing to have right now. That squad, that 11 is all giving everyone what they need. Son is receiving the ball in beautiful places. I think someone made a comment about Kane staying long enough to let Maddison come. Thank you, Kane, for that. And I think it's so interesting because Maddison, I look at what he's brought to this Spurs side. I think, Sammy, you alluded to it about us having the Ericssons of the past and the Modric, the playmakers. We haven't had one for a number of seasons. And that was always the bit that was missing. And I always thought that Kane tried to be that as well as be the striker. And I think what we've found with Maddison and what the team has now worked around is very much the Spurs of old, the Spurs that we've all missed. And now we've got it back. Let's hold on to it for as long as we can. It's here, it's now, it's present. Let's enjoy every single bit of it because why not? Why not? Enjoy it.
Absolutely, yes. And why can't we enjoy it? And to about enjoy it, Sam, come over to you. Again, just to stick with Sonny for a second, he scored, as we mentioned there, the 50 goals at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Erling Haaland, the only player with 9 scored more goals in his Premier League season than Son with 7. How good, Sam, has he been? And what do you think it's taken to ultimately unlock this confidence that ultimately just wasn't there with Son last season under Ange? What do you think he's done to him? How has he made this happen?
It's a big question, that, actually, Rick. What does it take when somebody's got something and it goes away? What does it take to bring it back? Sometimes it's belief, I think, is the biggest thing. And that belief sometimes comes in many different forms. I think this time it came in the captaincy and the way that he's been held in such high regard. And let me tell you, with the goal, that just shows you who he is. That. Not many people. If you're a football fan, you know, but there's so many ways that ball can be hit when you're in that position, and you take it. You can put your laces through it. You can try and place it in the corner. It goes straight to the keeper. The way he finished that is the difference between world class and class. And it is just. And do you know what? He would have stuck it in on his left in exactly the same way as he stuck it in on his right, and that is what he is capable of. And I think. To unlock that took something special. And it takes a key sometimes of a certain manner in the way of respect, in the way of appreciation, but I think mostly in the way of belief through Ange Postecoglou. And that's what he's bringing not only to Heung-min Son, but to every single player that's in the squad at the moment. But to Sonny especially, he's reactivated. And for every other club in the Premier League, that's bloody dangerous because Heung-min Son in his prime walks into any club in the world, hands down, no problem at all. And when he's on it, he's on it. I think what's really important as well, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show, everybody's talking. They still talk to us about Kane. Why wouldn't they? We all love Harry Kane. And Harry Kane, it was a blessing to have Harry Kane at our football club. Let's make no mistake. We'll never see anything like it again, especially what he was like with Heung-min Son. But what's very special is that if you've got the right manager to fill a spot like that and a void like that very quickly, must be more of a task than we would ever know as fans. When you've got such a logistical task of going, right, And how cool was Ange with it all, through the press, through everything, to make sure that he knew, let's be honest, he knew that Kane was going to go, or he knew that Daniel Levy wasn't going to let him go for free. Let's say that. And I think that he had his mindset on what he was going to do with the squad afterwards. And what he's done is he's built it. And to do that is incredibly special. He got the foundations, he found the places, and he made it happen. It is nothing short of special and spectacular. And we could get carried away. I'm getting carried away, but I think sometimes you witness something special, and I think you should be able to voice yourself when in appreciation when you see it. And I think that's what we're doing. He is on a different level. This is down to the manager, I've got to say.
Absolutely. Barnaby, just on Son very quickly for you. Look, I think we've all said this captaincy, same as Romero, obviously, as the vice captaincy, it's been a bit of a masterstroke. It's brought out the best in Son. We've always said that he's always been a man that has ultimately stepped up. He's always given his commitment, his loyalty to the football club. If ever there was any rumours about a potential move, just how much better can Ange make him, do you reckon, Barnaby, over time? Because we're talking about a guy that only 18 months ago was the Golden Boot winner. He's coming off the back, of course, of a Player of the Month award, which, again, there's lots of curses around that. He shrugged that off as well. How good can Son become under Ange, do you think?
I'm not sure necessarily it's a matter of how much better he can become, because I think he's truly, truly top level. I think he's an unbelievable finisher, as good a finisher with his right and left foot as Harry Kane was. Kane better in the air, Kane better at holding the ball up, different stature of player, more of a number 9. But Sonny coming off either side, as I think Hartman said earlier, Sammy said earlier, right or left, he would have finished that exactly the same way. You can't stop that. You just can't stop that. So I don't think it's a matter of how much better he can become. What it is a matter of is, can we keep him fit? And as he's playing up front and we're going to keep making him loads of chances, he is going to score loads of goals. He will, if he stays fit, he will score 25 goals, I think, because we'll make him enough chances. And especially if we make good starts to games and get ahead in games where teams have to come at us, then we will also have the benefit of him on the transition, which is the only goals he's been scoring since before Ange. Basically, since Poch and before that, has been on the transition. So when we start having good starts and getting 1 and 2-0 up in the first 20 minutes and teams have to come at us, Sonny will score more hat-tricks, just like he did away at Burnley. And I can see him scoring 25 league goals if he stays fit this season. And he is just we are so fortunate to have him, not just on the pitch either. I know it's something that not a lot of fans like talking about. It's plastic to talk about the money and stuff like that. But trust me, because of COVID and the 250 million pounds we lost in COVID and the fact that we built the stadium and money has been tight, the amount of money that player has brought into this club probably cannot be specified. It would probably blow our minds if we knew how much, because I don't know how often you get to the stadium, guys at home or whatever, but when you go there, the queues at the club shop of South Korean people buying shirts and buying kit is unbelievable. So we're lucky to have him. Sign him up as an ambassador, sign him up for life, keep him at the club, get him as a finishing coach after if he doesn't want to be a manager. He doesn't really strike me as a managerial likelihood, but keep him at the club. And like Ricky said, his loyalty has been unbelievable and we should repay him with some loyalty as well.
I've got to say what you said. Can I just say something there, Ricky? What you said at the beginning there, Barnaby, he's on the money for me, like on the money. It's not about what you can get out of him. It's what he's already got. And that is so true. And it does take certain individuals to always bring the best out in you. You are the best of your own environment. That is a natural fact of life. The best will come out of you with who's around you. And it just goes to show when someone's performing that the right person is around us. And I just thought that was a brilliant statement. Assuming Son is world class. He hasn't been class. He's been getting the grief. And now look at him again. So you're on the money there, Barnaby. I really like that.